Snow leopards are a vulnerable species because they're so naturally rare. An individual cat's range can measure up to 200 square miles. Very rarely do these cats meet one another, and when they do, it's often hostile. It's also difficult for them to maintain their population because their habitat is a particularly unforgiving one, with very little cover for them to hunt in. Cubs also die at a very high rate, and it takes up to 2 years for them to be able to survive on their own. All these factors add up to make the snow leopard just a naturally rare species. Because global temperatures are increasing, snow leopards are forced to retreat to higher altitudes. The environments they used to call home have now become too hot for them to live in. Obviously, this decreases the amount of land available for them, but the real problem is that it brings the cats closer together. These animals are forced to meet each other and fight over the barren Central Asian mountains. Snow leopards are also poached for use in traditional Eastern Asian medicines, as certain body parts are thought to have special properties. The final threat facing snow leopards is ranchers. The prospect of a plump domestic animal is too good to pass up for the opportunistic snow leopard. One study found that 35% of the diet of 10 male snow leopards in the Gobi Desert of Mongolia composed of domesticated animals. Ranchers, in an attempt to protect their livelihood, shoot any snow leopard they see around their land. Because of all of these reasons, snow leopards are now considered officially endangered. There are only thought to be between 3,920 and 6,390 snow leopards left in the wild.
The snow leopard offers many benefits to its ecosystem. Serving as the tertiary consumer, they dominate the food chain and stabilize their ecosystem. They hunt animals varying from small marmots to medium-sized blue sheep. They are capable of killing and eating animals 3 times their size and weight. While doing this, they keep the other animal population stabilized and reproduce at a healthy rate. The leopard population is also an indicator of the health of their high-altitude environment. So if the leopards thrive, countless other species will too. It's a direct relationship. Without the snow leopard, the ecosystem will not be in balance and can be detrimental to the environment as a whole. It's imperative that we assist their current dilemma.
Failure to conserve the snow leopard will lead to many different things. For example, the herbivore population will not get eaten by the snow leopard. This would lead to the population of marmots, hares, sheep, and goats to grow. This would mean that the plant and vegetation would be a lot less as these different animals are constantly eating. This is what is called overgrazing. There would be very little grass and plants left. Then, the herbivores, as I mentioned earlier, would not have enough food to eat. This would mean that there's a lot less flowers, plants, and grass, and insects and other butterflies that pollinate the meadows would now disappear.
So while many conservation acts are being engaged to save snow leopards, the biggest, most prolific organization that helps the leopards is the WCS, also known as the Wildlife Conservation Society. They have been a global leader in snow leopard conservation, beginning with books written by Dr. Schaller that shone international light on the animal.
Right now, there are 6 countries supported by the WCS: Afghanistan, Pakistan, China, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, and Kyrgyzstan. They perform activities like research, camera traps, satellite collars, community outreach, new infrastructure, and much more.
The WCS also helps countries write laws protecting endangered species and owns 70 clubs itself. With increased efforts from more countries and organizations, the future looks bright for the majestic snow leopard.
To help alleviate this problem we face, there are 3 actions we can take to raise awareness. 1. Use the hashtag #SaveTheCats. 2. Donate money to WCS. And 3, you can also share this video using the hashtag like I mentioned earlier. Thanks.